So, the Mavericks take, not sure if control is the right word, but they take a 2-1 lead here against Oklahoma City Thunder. And we had a really intense, hard-fought battle in Dallas that went down to the wire. And it was crazy. From the Derek Lively, trying to intentionally foul Derek Lively, and where Chad was chasing him like a fucking Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo character, when Scooby-Doo and Shaggy got chased. It was hilarious. Shout out to Jokic Joestar, or I'm not sure how his handle is pronounced, but he runs the podcast State of the League. He pointed it out in a tweet. That shit was hilarious, and it just looked funny as hell. And props to Derek Lively. He was absolutely sensational, and they needed him to. Daniel Gafford, even though he still had some impact, wasn't himself today. And obviously, he's been dealing with a lot of injuries. And Derek Lively came in, even though offensively he continues to be a little off. He was sensational on the other end and made 8 of 12 free throws. And in the fourth quarter, where they were intentionally fouling him, he made 5 of 8 of them. And he made like 4 straight at the end. So that was huge. And I would say a good strategy by the Thunder. But at the end of the day, it's kinda lame. But I get it. You get it. But it did not matter at the end of the day. They still started Josh Giddey, 4 of 8 from the field. He was better today offensively in a way, but he's just such a. They're playing 4v5 with him out there. Let's just put it that way. And yeah, Kaysen Wallace and Aaron Wiggins didn't have, great games like they did in game 1. But or game 2, really. Aaron Wiggins had a really good game too. But Isaiah Joe stepped up, and they're gonna need to play those guys over Giddey. I wouldn't start him. I wouldn't play him, really honest. He's just too much of a wormhole out there. Chet just 9 shots today. Jalen Williams just 12 shots. He hurt his ankle. And in this hard-fought battle, there wasn't many shots to go around, right? The Mavs took 10 more shots than OKC, which was huge. And I thought, OKC's, moved the ball really well. But a lot of their guys, especially from the three-point line, just couldn't knock them down. And then in the fourth quarter, I thought Shai was uncharacteristic in the fourth. He pulled up for the three-pointer down 3, which you understand, but it was still a lot of time left. And he rushed it. In my opinion, he rushed it. Had a turnover. And then had an offensive foul right afterwards. Really weird last minute of this game by Shai, in my opinion, and I thought he was a little out of character for whatever reason. And yeah, he just had a really bad fourth quarter, in my opinion. And that played obviously into Dallas' hands, where Kyrie made some good plays. Lively, like I said, was sensational. And I mean, Kyrie made a lot of great plays. Kyrie was sensational in this fourth quarter, I would say. And he had a really good steady game. Wasn't like an explosive game, but he had a really good all-around game where he did what was necessary, was really efficient, defended really well, and just did a little bit of everything. Yeah, he did turn the ball over 4 times also, but him and Luka both did. And they need to be better with it, especially Luka, because he was fighting for his life out there against Dort. And they've allowed Dort to play really physically, and Luka is sick of it. He's trying to point out how much Dort does. And to be fair, from what I've seen, yeah, it's kind of too much maybe, but the Mavs are somehow uh, still finding ways to win. And PJ Washington was sensational in the first, what is it, two and a half quarters, maybe even the whole first 3 quarters. He was so sensational. Kept the Mavericks in this when Luka was off. Kyrie was sort of doing, his thing. What a back-to-back games by PJ Washington. He's been so sensational. Couldn't the Warriors have traded for him, man? Man. Anyway, I'm excited to see if Josh Giddey gets benched. Will be the biggest question at the end of the day, or if he can somehow play better, obviously. So the Thunder don't have to play 4v5 on offense. And I'm excited to see how Shai bounces back. Yeah, he had 31, 10, and 6, and 5 blocks. Don't get me wrong. He was still really good, but had some out of pocket, out of character moments, especially in the fourth quarter. So I'm excited to see how I mean, he had a lot of them actually. He had a lot of them in the fourth, if I remember correctly. So I'm intrigued to see how he bounces back from that. And hopefully, Jalen Williams' ankle is fine. He finished the game, so I hope it's nothing too serious. And this dogfight of a series will continue on Monday, and I'll be here to cover it as always. Be kind to yourself and others, and stand on your morals, chase your dreams. And remember, you always have the lights in your hands. Shout out to Saul.